Hey y'all, it's Gemini Jazz with House of Chiron, and I'm just here for the good news, honey. So, we are back with another episode of Galactic Gossip, and we are going to be covering the week of the 20th. So, today is the 20th, 1/20/2020, all the way through Sunday, the 26th. So, just to dive right on into it, we don't have a lot of energy that we are going to be working with this week. We just have the new moon in Aquarius, and I'll briefly go over that. But yeah, we are coming out of this crazy eclipse season and dealing with all this energy that we have been dealing with. So I'm going to give a brief recap. So eclipse season has come to its end. We are done with eclipses. And we are now kind of sitting in that energy of Saturn and Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. And that has been like causing us to restructure some things. So it's kind of like the smoke is clearing and the dust is settling. And like you can see, like what's being built, kind of like you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You're kind of getting an idea of what's to come in a sense. Because how I see a Saturn and Pluto conjunction, I see that as a construction site, especially in the sign of Capricorn, because Capricorn is all about the work and the structure and the building of things. So we are coming into accepting this energy and that things are being restructured and rebuilt and just, making anew, right? So a lot of things had to be torn down, had to be completely cleared out in order for something new to come in. And that's what we're dealing with right now, the acceptance of the newness that is coming, that is embarking upon all of us. So now is a time to move forward with all the changes. Yes, indeed. So today we have the sun moving into the sign of Aquarius. Aquarius is the rebel. Aquarius is the innovator, right? They are the revolutionaries, the humanitarians, right? So we have the sun moving into Aquarius today. And at the end of this week, we will have a new moon in Aquarius on Friday. So getting into all of that, I'm going to possibly do a post maybe this evening or tomorrow that kind of gives an insight on what each sign will be expecting to be focusing on during this Aquarius season. So look for that on my Instagram if you're watching this on YouTube. Anywho, so on today, we also have Mars in a conjunction with the moon in Sagittarius. So this is a great way to start your week off, right? This is giving us that energy of being passionate and being bold and, just being very in tune with our emotions, just in a very bold and passionate and active way, expanding on a, kind of Sagittarian way, like thinking bigger and broader. It could also give you this feeling of, you need to get out and travel. You need to go take a trip somewhere. You could start planning a trip or really looking down the road today for like, okay, I need to make a trip, especially with Aquarius being now it's Aquarius season, that, you might want to start doing this and having some, possibly traveling to study something new, possibly, thinking of collaborating with others, planning to take a trip to meet other people or to network with others, something like that. So this is at the start of this week, starting today, along with the sun moving into the sign of Aquarius. So we are really bold in all of our endeavors and feeling all of these things in a passionate way. So by the middle of this week, we do have the sun in Aquarius making a square to Uranus in Taurus, right? So this could bring a few things. So it could also bring us, along with this moon conjunction Mars and Sag energy, it could bring us this feeling of frustration, come the middle of this week. Because we do see the things regarding our values and the things that we have, restructured, basically the things that we have desired. We could have a little frustration with the way things are right now. We could possibly lose sight of the ending, right? Like the end goal, the light at the end of the tunnel. And so this this could bring some frustration with you not being in that place right now, right? And then also with Uranus being in Taurus, this could bring sudden change because, as we all know, Uranus rules Aquarius, and it's the rebel, it's the revolutionary, it's the humanitarian, but it also brings abrupt, unexpected changes. And you could possibly become frustrated because things are just like rapidly changing, like unexpected things just possibly just coming up. And so that could bring in frustration because we have that Mars energy there. And this could be in regards to your values. This could be in regards to your money, your partnerships, the things that bring you pleasure. A lot of things could be changing. It could be changing internally on how you see these things and how you feel about these things, as well as externally. So the internal changing, and therefore your external outlook is changing. Your life is changing. So this could, when anything kind of changes abruptly, it can bring frustration, So just keep that in mind. That happens at the middle of this week on Wednesday. And then on Friday, we have a opportunity to reset, right? So we've gone through this entire eclipse season. Now it's time to kind of reset our energy, set new intentions, and press forward. So we have this new moon in Aquarius. And what this is going to do for us is allow us to ask ourselves the questions. Do we want change, right? Because Aquarius is all about change. It's all about humanitarian efforts. It's about doing something different, the unconventional. So do you want change? That's the first question. Okay. And if you do want change, what exactly is it that you're wanting to change? I would most definitely journal this and allow this to be part of your setting intention ritual. If you have that, if you don't, you can always hit me up and we can work on creating a ritual for you. Either way, had to throw that in there. But either way, this could be forcing you to ask yourself, what is it that you want to change, right? And once you determine what changes that you feel need to be made, then you can go to the third step, which is setting the plan. How are those changes going to be made? What is step 1, step 2, step 3, so on and so forth. So how can you create this change that you are desiring on a deep level as well as an intellectual level? Because Aquarius and Uranus is divine knowledge. It's that God knowledge, right? So that type of information, those downloads come in very quickly. They come in and you understand them, you download them, you embody that knowledge almost instantly. So expect when you do this that you possibly get an idea or an aha moment or some type of inspiration that comes along with you setting these intentions, but also keep room for change, because like I said, Aquarius is not conventional. They are not the sign of sticking to a certain thing. It's not like Taurus. Taurus is fixed, right? So Taurus is like, once they get stuck on something, it is what it is. Like they don't really like change, right? So it's not like the sign of Taurus. Aquarius needs change, right? They thrive off of change. So leave a little room. Detach from your expectations of what it is that you want. Expect for it to come, but do not expect for it to come in the way in which you see it coming. Plan out your steps, but release the expectation. So also, you might get this inspiration to come in regarding you setting your intentions on what's to come, what you are trying to create and change. You might get this in a very unconventional way. Think outside the box. That might be an idea that come in that you never thought of before. Like, oh, wow, I didn't think of it that way. I could possibly make this change by doing this, this, and this versus the ways in which I've been thinking about it. That's Aquarius energy. That's that Uranus energy. So expect that things will come in on Friday with this new moon or sometime shortly after with this energy of like, aha, like, wow, and it's unexpected. It's not something that you're used to. It's going to be something that you think outside of the box. It's going to be a thought that you never thought about, like, oh, okay, I didn't think of it that way. Or it could come from someone that is of that energy, like that has that Aquarian energy, that innovative energy. It could be easily someone that you're connected with or you're networking with that gives you that insight to give you the tools in which you need to make these changes moving forward. Let's see, what else do I have? I think I went over mostly everything. Um, oh yeah, so just regarding that, this is mostly going to happen with the fixed signs, right? So this is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. The difference between, like I said, Taurus is more so like, yes, it's fixed, but they fixed in not wanting change, whereas Aquarius is the opposite. Aquarius, they're fixed in adapting to the change. Like, yes, they can be set in one thing, but they also need a little variety within that. So with this Aquarius season, make sure that you stay focused on the end goal, but keep the variety in which how that manifests for you. So the last little bit of notes that I have, think I think that's pretty much it. Just keep in mind that this is just a time to get rid of old ways of doing things. This is clearing out the old mundane things that just kind of been repetitive and, just not exciting in your life. So this is like the release of, um, the lack of excitement, the lack of, sporadic change. This is Aquarius. So just keep that in mind. And um, yeah, we're not going to be in this low vibrational stuck energy anymore. We're like, you know, elevating, moving on up. So I think that's all I have for Galactic Gossip. Like I said, we don't have a whole lot of energy that's crazy to discuss that we're working with. I think we have a great beginning to the start of the week. We're going to end this week on Friday with the new moon. Make sure you set your intentions. I will be putting out some posts on my Instagram with that. So just follow me throughout the week. I will also be creating a blog for my Instagram as well as my website to discuss the focus for each sign during Aquarius season. Have a little intro as to what Aquarius season should bring for us all, as well as individually for your sign. And I think that's it. I don't have too many announcements besides solar returns for the Aquarius people. Y'all get 20% off of your solar return. If you would like to see the year ahead for your solar cycle, I can give you that. That's 20% off. You can get that information on my website as well as my Instagram. All the links are there. Everything links to one place. I don't think I have any other announcements. No. So I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Galactic Gossip. Yes, honey, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week.